This video explains how to do the general settings of the iD.RUN and iD.RUN HR. First, you will need to navigate to Settings. To do this, press the Start button and use the plus or minus button to get to the Settings menu. Select Settings by pressing the Start button again. Here you will find User, Device, and Sport Profile settings. In the User menu, you can set personal information such as gender, age, weight, and height. On the iD.RUN HR, you will also find the maximum heart rate setting that will be used for the intensity and target zone calculations. In the Device menu, you can select general settings such as language, distance format, altitude, date, time, keypad lock, backlight, activity tracking, and NFC. The Sport Profile menu allows you to customize training parameters based on the activity selected. Settings in each profile include speed format, automatic laps, and automatic pauses. Now we will go into more detail about the settings that need a bit more explanation. We start with the settings for the maximum heart rate. You can choose whether you enter your maximum heart rate manually or whether the watch automatically calculates it for you based on the previously specified parameters, such as gender, age, and weight. Settings can be edited by selecting the desired setting with the Start button, defining the value using the plus and minus buttons, and then confirming the value with Start button again. The Stop button takes you back one menu level. The iD.RUN and iD.RUN HR use GPS to automatically set the time. To set the time correctly, you must select your time zone. From the Device menu, select Clock and choose either a 12-hour or 24-hour format. Next, select your time zone based on UTC. For example, Coordinated Universal Time in Germany is UTC plus 1 hour. Finally, switch the summer time, also known as Daylight Savings Time, on or off. The next time you connect to a GPS satellite, the current time will synchronize correctly. The iD.RUN and iD.RUN HR have various alarm functions. You can wake up daily at the same time, only on weekdays, or set a single alarm. Set the desired mode within the device setup and choose your wake-up time. The system sounds are tones that occur during training, for example, an automatic lap. Use this setting to turn these sounds off or on. If you switch on the keypad lock, you must press the Start button twice to get out of the time mode into the menu mode. This is done to prevent accidentally exiting time mode. In the Light setting menu, you can determine the settings for the backlight. If you set the backlight to 5 seconds, it turns off during training after 5 seconds to save battery life. If you set the value to permanent, the clock lights up permanently when you switch on the backlight. By default, during training, you will get a brief view of the functions that will be displayed on the next screen when you change the training view with plus or minus. If you switch off the Show Function option, the desired values are displayed directly without explanation. More info about activity tracking can be found in another tutorial video. The iD.RUN and iD.RUN HR can be synced using NFC to a compatible Android smartphone and the Sigma Link app. If you do not want this feature active, you can turn off NFC here. The NFC function does not require power. If you want to reset the watch to the default factory settings, all information and stored training data and records will be lost. Perform this action only if you really want to delete everything. The sports profiles are most easily set via the Sigma Data Center or with the help of the Sigma Link app. Here you can define the individual views for the training in detail, swap sport profiles on the watch, or create new profiles. To make short-term changes to the most important settings of the profiles, you can change the following values via the watch's settings menu. If auto pause is set to on, the training automatically pauses when there is no speed to measure. The setting for automatic lap can be made here. The iD.RUN HR can measure laps by distance, by time, or by manual entry of laps. If you want to train without GPS, for example in the gym, you can turn off the GPS. Then the speed and distance are determined with the built-in accelerometer. Turning off the GPS will also increase the battery life of the watch. You have the option of displaying the speed in kilometers per hour or miles per hour. The setting for the target zone and the target zone alarm is available only in the iD.RUN HR. The target zone allows the user to set a desired training range for their heart rate. When you leave the desired zone, you will receive a warning tone when target zone alarm is set to on. The customization of displayed training data and the training pages setup can only be done in the data center or in the Link app. We hope you enjoy your new training companion.